Which of these is a type of Which of these is an example of Which of these cities is an American? Which of these films is not? What is usually mixed with white wine? Which of these is a simple one-strap style of elderflower produces which of these poison? Which of these Spanish cities is closest to Gibraltar? In Spanish, which of these numbers has the highest? Which of these cocktails does not contain rum? Which of these Transformers films was released? Finland has over 20 Olympic medals in which of the young of which of these animals is not called? Which of these French cities is a on which of these continents? Which of these words is a double superlative? Since March 20, the mandrill is closely related to Vladova vodka is made in which country? Which of these tourist attractions? J.K. Rowling. Which of these is the title? Which of these sports only appeared? Which of these is not a type of cloud? Who was Trump's? At which of these are you most likely? Josiah Wedgwood perfected what? What name is given to? Which of these Which of these was a king? The word amorous refers to what emotion? How are the rings in the Audi car company logo arranged? Which Australian state capital is furthest west? Which Australian state capital is furthest west? Which tennis Grand Slam tournament is played in January? What word refers to a very young cat? SpongeBob SquarePants lives in what fictional city? The word balcony comes from what European language? The word balcony. Which professional would use a reflex hammer? The Sydney Morning Herald is a newspaper in what country? Which famous flautist was born in Belfast in 19? What is the SI unit of magnetic flux density? What type of hat is worn by Paddington Bear? Totem poles are found in which part of the US? Model Cara Delevingne is famous for her distinctive what? Sherlock Holmes was the inspiration for which TV doctor? Leech was a medieval name for which professional? A sidewinder is a species of which creature? Tequila is often drunk with a fruit that has what taste? The triathlon was introduced as a sport at which Olympics? What type of accessory is a solar topi? What is Ezra Jack Keats' most famous children's book? Who would be given an APGAR score? Embracery is the act of attempting to bribe who? In what decade did the FIFA World Cup not take place? What US city's fire department has the website Laughdor? In The Muppet Show, what primary color is Gonzo's fur? In Greek mythology, how many gods lived on Olympus? Something odontoid is shaped.